Hello and welcome to the Path of Least Resistance. I am Everfrost, and today we're going to be doing the 6.5 star weekly nightmare. We're going to be using Yasuo at 3 stars and no epic relics. For this we're using Tempest Blade, Everfrost, and Guardian Angel. 6.5 stars can be fairly difficult, and the reward actually isn't very good. You get minor gemstone vessels, which you need just so many gemstones to actually do anything that it's not super appealing. So if you can't do the 6.5 star, that's fine, you can just skip it. 5.5 star does have a chance to give you Nova Shards, and that is really nice, so I would make sure to do that. And of course the 4.5 star gives you a gold vault, which gives you a bunch of fragments, and I think that's important to do as well. 6.5 star I think you can skip if you're not able to do it if the modifiers are particularly bad one week. And the special rules this week are Warm Reception. Game start, the foe summons the 2 strongest units from their deck. Cage match, the foe's nexus can't drop below 1 health until round 5. And of course Deadly, when the foe summons a unit, grant its stats equal up to half its stats rounded up. The foe's spells and skills deal double damage. So generally speaking, only, in my opinion, a few 3-star no epic relics can actually do well into these adventures. And I would say that that's like Yasuo, Nami, Morgana. You could maybe do it with Needly. Probably a lot more if you get lucky with your powers and stuff. But generally speaking, I just use Yasuo because he's very consistent. For a power, you want to find anything with the word stun. That's going to be your best bet. If you can't find stun, the next best thing is going to be sorcery, some sort of mana cost savings. Mountain's Peak is interesting. I think it might kill you in these kinds of adventures, so I'm just going to take Stabilize instead. And we start with Intrepid Mariner. But if you can get Hold It, or one of the Follow the Winds, I think. Whatever your power's called. Yeah, Follow the Wind, which is basically the same thing. I would definitely take that because it will win you the game. So here you want to think about your mana. So we have Concussive Palm, which we can use for 2 mana. We'll stun probably the Practical Perfectionist next round. Maybe if they drop something worse, we'll drop that. We don't have the mana here to play both Concussive Palm and Will of Ionia next round, which means that we could drop Blast Code Ceiling, but if we draw into Steel Tempest, then we're going to want mana for that instead. So here we pulled Steel Tempest. So what we're going to do, like I said, is just go ahead and stun that Practical Perfectionist. Unfortunately get our unit removed. We will pass here, stun the strongest attacking enemy so that we can just reduce the amount of damage we take. And we pass. Here I like to pass on this round and then play on the next round, but since their board is full, and if they were to open attack, we could potentially take a lot of damage. I don't want to test that, so I'm just going to drop Yasuo here. But sometimes dropping Yasuo on their second attacking round does help make it so that they play their units and then they'll get stunned, but it is risky because you could just die instead. And because of the Intrepid Mariner's modifier, which is when you play a unit you shuffle your hand, we're not entirely sure what her hand is going to look like, which can be a problem. Like if you were dependent on Concussive Palm, and then you suddenly no longer have it, that would be bad. Here I'm going to stun. They did play the Monument, which means they're going to get Puff Caps instead of doing damage. So while normally here we would do 21, 24, enough to win 30 damage, instead we're just going to put like 150 Puff Caps in their deck, which they are not guaranteed to draw all of, so we don't win there. You do want them to play as many cards as possible before you drop your Yone. And try to make sure you have another stun in hand as well. We do have one, but they have a lot of units. So we'll do our best to block here. Trying to keep as many of our units alive while reducing as many of theirs. So we do more damage if we just recall this guy, so we'll do that. And I only have 4 cards left, so I don't want to play Shadow Assassin here. Hopefully they just lose next round. That would be ideal. Here, you want to take anything that says the word stun on it. Mana Gem is also good. We could have taken the Crystal Carrier. And your ideal champions are going to be Karma, because you get Concussive Palm, and there's someone else that's stun. Can't think of who right now. But anything with the word stun on it is going to be what you're looking for. And take this Nyla because you can play her for free because of Power Riff, and also Formless Blade has Draw Champion. If you ever don't draw Yasuo, you lose the game, so that would be bad. Could remove a card here, but I don't think that's a good idea right now. So we're going to go for the Champion item chest instead. The modifier doesn't really hurt us too much because we tend to not win until after round 5 anyway. And here we can drop Nyla. May as well attack. We have 2 stuns in hand, so we're going to want to just drop the Navori Blade Scout. We'll block with him, and then we'll use our 2 stuns to get rid of the other 2. And I guess I could have blocked one of the Scrap Scuttlers with Nyla. I was just thinking about keeping her alive instead. I'm gonna play Fae Blade Twirler so he can start growing. He is typically one of our win conditions. And I don't really have an attack here. If they open attack, I'll be in trouble, but they didn't, so we can drop Yasuo. I think it's pretty likely they'll play another card, so this might be a little premature. Yeah, there it is. I actually can't get rid of that right now. I'm gonna search for Concussive Palm, didn't find it. A little bit unfortunate. Then we'll just attack here, and then we still need until next round to finish off the game. We can pass because this guy will just die at the round start. Yasuo lives this, and then we'll drop Yone here, getting rid of those units. Pass the game. One of them will die. We will pull so that we can win. If you don't find something that says stun on it, I think something like Mariah Warden where you're creating 2 units is fine. Being able to block so you don't die is really important. And Overwhelm helps a lot. You go into Trifarian Gloryseeker, whose power is Militant March. When one of the foe's units strikes for 5+ damage, grant it +2/+2. And keep the Formless Blade just in case we don't draw Yasuo. And we drew him, so we're pretty good. I think just dropping Fae Blade Twirler here is the best bet. We can also play Nyla for free. Why did they get to attack? That is very bad. Obviously we're blocking here. Guess I got rally from just spawning in the Incisive Tactician. And so here we're gonna lose because there's no way to win, unfortunately. Okay, we live. Gonna play the stun as a passing move, let them play a card. Then drop Yasuo. Should clear the board. Get hit with Bloody Business, but that's why we have Guardian Angel. And then this guy will be removed at round start. Fortunately, we do draw Yone. That makes me feel a lot better about my life. And with the 2 units, second Bloody Business is a little bit unfortunate. A lot of bit unfortunate. Drop a Blade Twirler. They got Rally. Drop Yasuo. I think we can stall a little bit. We pass. And stun here so that our Blade Twirler doesn't die. Get rid of our other units. This is winning. Windswept Hillock is really good. -2 cost and fleeting is kind of bad, because we can't play it on round 1, but hopefully we just don't draw it on round 1, we draw it on round 2 instead. It's still probably the best option, even if we do end up losing it. And we can take Spellburn because we can afford it. It's not on like the high end of cards that I would, powers that I would want, but it's fine. We go into Anivia, whose power is Enlightened Soul. Player has +1 starting mana, the foe starts with 10 mana gems. Of course, they just start with all of that. We can drop Windswept Hillock because we have that extra mana. And we still need to survive this next round. So fortunately they play a card which lets us drop Yasuo.
Maybe I do have a future.
And because of Windswept Hillock, we'll be doing double stuns every round. And drop Nyla as a passing move. Okay, buried a nice, not great. It's fine, we drop second Yasuo. We can't quite attack here. That guy just has too much life. Getting frozen, not ideal. I think it's fine to just drop a Yone here. Not taking damage is good enough for me. And we'll attack here. I think I'm content to Guile. Get this guy down just to get him down. Wings of the Cryo Phoenix looks like it's going to kill all of our units. Before that happens, we're going to use Will of Ionia on the Feral Mystic, which will kill it because we'll strike it. And then we do get our Yasuo's back because of Guardian Angel. And again, we're still not quite winning here. But I feel like we've dealt with most of their threats. Can't solve that. And just play Slipstreams. I don't know if there's another Yasuo in the deck. I think there is.
They'll never see me coming.
What terrorizes you? Take me.
Nyla is leveled up. And we're gonna lose this card anyway, may as well play it.
Down from the trees.
Attack for 12. It's not quite enough. Let's drop Fade Blade Twirler here. Unfortunately, we get hit with Buried in Ice. Is the worst possible outcome. Drop Yone, stunning the 2 units. We do find another Yasuo. Gonna drop him immediately. When we drop Windswept Hillock, we will get another strikeout. Fortunately, we get hit with Wings of the Cryo Phoenix again. They can only have 3, so should do it. We have no more champions in our deck. Double Steel Tempest. And because of Spill Burn, we can actually finish the game off with Concussive Bomb. I'll take Power Riff on Yasuo so we can get him down earlier. Inheritance is fine. I want the power from Smooth Soloist. I'm not sure which of these is worse. I'm not sure we can beat Mistwraith, so I'm gonna go Shadow Assassin. Yasuo takes a long time to get set up, and at that point, Mistwraith can just play an infinite amount of Mistwraiths. And we don't have a good way to get rid of them. So we can't just drop Yasuo here. I'm fine with it. And also drop Nyla. And we'll attack with our ephemerals. Reducing their hit points is good for us. We only have 1 stun, so we're gonna take some damage here. Actually, we're not, because of Steel Tempest, or Tempest Blade. That was nice.
My training is unconventional.
Then we attack. Gonna pass. One of their cards is gonna get recalled to their hand.
What would you wish to learn?
And this round we'll have Yone plus 2 Tempest, Steel Tempest.
Give me a sweet bun. Heightens the senses.
So we'll be able to block basically everything.
Your strength is lacking.
Welcome to try.
If we had a passing move, we'd play it here. I think we can slipstream.
Powerful and swift.
Slipstream again. I was hoping to find something on that first round. But the idea was to play Yone after spending 1 mana. Didn't end up working out. It's fine. Little Guile here. This guy has way too much power,
True joy.
Being here, dancing in all the beauty
which
of
is
life.
great.
Give me a sweet bun. Heightens the senses. I do. You'll thank me later.
Does the wind flee, or does it follow?
Down from the trees.
And we're just gonna steal Tempest both of those. Plenty of cards so we can afford the draw.
What terrorizes you? Take me to them.
And this attack should win. Take Morphe Blade Twirler, always good. The healer. Get rid of Shadow Assassin. At the shop. I don't know how much lethality helps us, but we can probably afford the next power anyway, so may as well take it. I'm a little concerned about Viego. And we go towards that next shop. So we need to get rid of Windswept Hillock because we can't play it on round 1. So we'll drop the Fade Blade Twirler. Then we'll pass. Actually should drop Yasuo maybe. We drop him here. So if we do, he'll die. So maybe that's a bad plan? Stun one of the units. We're going to take a lot of damage here. He's going to attack. We need to stun the unit that's targeting. And the reason I didn't play Yasuo there is because he wasn't going to level up anyway, and then he would have been challenged, and we would have had the Guardian Angel effect, which still probably fine. And I'm a little concerned about passing here, although they can certainly play another card. They just don't have to because they have a full board. Play Blast Cone. Impact. And we'll double stun here. And we can steal Tempest. We'll still Concussive Palm, maybe that's a little better. Because Concussive Palm makes a unit. And we attack again. We had to trade a lot of our life. But I think it's okay. This would be terrible. Weirdly still the card I want. Take Runeterra's Maker literally won't do anything. We go into the shop. Higher Education's not bad. Vengeance is maybe okay, but we're not going to take it. We're just going to heal. Could get rid of a card if we wanted. We go into Viego, whose power is Sovereign's Domination. Round start, the foe summons an ephemeral copy of the player's strongest follower that died last round. I think I said that perfectly. That's amazing. I'm so proud of myself. Drop Nyla here. Could eat something like Vengeance. Drop Yasuo. Attack with both Ephemerals. do need to get rid of Viego. That's going to be kind of critically important for us. So I'm going to just stun him. A Kingfisher.
Even I will follow this path until the end. My
And unfortunately, I leveled him up instead. Which, not my best plan.
Or does it follow?
Do kill him eventually, but we're kind of weak towards this attack.
Test your might.
Do not interfere.
So there's two ways to go about this. If we want to take a little more damage, we can block a little less damage, and then this unit will die because it's ephemeral, and then this guy will die next round and we get to swing. I'm gonna do that. It's not safe, but I think it should be effective. We get this nice open attack for 31. Drop Nyla.
Play horrors, and I smile.
I think we pass. Didn't expect the Ruination, gonna be honest with you. Slipstream, play a Blade Scout, play a Blade Twirler, play a Seedling. Not sure why that guy didn't get stunned. I think I attack. Then we can stun like this. Gives us a little bit of extra power. Want to draw more cards before we play Ruined Rex. Can't do anything about that. Drop new Yasuo though. There's Dawning Shadow with Grifter's deck. It's actually pretty bad. Obviously if we can ever play Kingfisher we win the game, but don't know if we can. I want to draw cards here, so we're going to open with Formless. I think we just drop this Ruined Rex. Yeah, that's good. So, because they didn't play Dawning Shadow until pretty late, we didn't have to worry about losing our units over and over again, which is a possibility on Viego, and we were able to clear that adventure out pretty well. And this is without having an extra source of stun from another power. So overall, I think this is a good example of what Yasuo can do into this kind of adventure, even though they're starting with 3 units usually. It's not a problem. So you're looking for cost reduction, you're looking for overwhelm, cost reduction being the most important, and you're looking for stuns, so the more stuns you have, just the better, generally speaking. And that is all for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.